was a very formative time in my life. Okay, we're talking about influence. It's Baxter,
Jonathan.
Casino Guitars. Dave Matthews,
Woo.
an artist. Have you heard of this gentleman before?
Once or twice I have.
I think he was fairly popular in
He was.
this band called the Dave Matthews Band.
Yes.
Now, I would go as far as to say that he was probably one of the most influential guitar players of the 90s.
I think that's true.
There's different. We're going to talk about. There's guys like Stevie Ray Vaughan and like Eric Johnson were sort of blowing up in that sort of instrumentalist thing. But as far as pure influence of getting guys to play guitars, it was mostly guys at this point. Still wasn't girls.
And acoustic guitars.
Right.
You know?
And nylon string to bat.
Right.
And little thin ones, the weird ones that don't sound good unless they're plugged
That little
in.
Gibson, that Chet Atkins thing.
Those things are horrible sounding. Until
Now
you
he's
plug
a Taylor
them.
guy.
Yes, which sounds way better.
Yeah.
But no, it's like we've been talking about all these influential guitar players. We have lots of ones coming out, and lots of ones that are in the ethosphere somewhere. But Dave, it's like nobody talks about him.
No.
But man, did we all learn those songs.
I still have huge memories of like trying to figure out, because it wasn't everything up to that point. I was learning like Sister Hazel songs or whatever, because that's when it was, G, D, A minor, C, that was everything. But you know.
And we were just talking with some of the guys in the shop too. Is like we still in our students that we work with, we still have guys. It's usually guys that come in around that 15-year-old range on their own. They're like, hey, let me
Satellite.
And that's a hard song to play.
It is a hard
It's
song.
that and John Mayer's Neon.
Yeah.
It's like those are the ones that they've learned on their own. Like, look at these. Have you ever heard of this song? I'm like, yeah, because I was your age
When it was
when
new.
this came out.
Right.
And I did the same thing, but it was cooler when I did it.
Yes.
Because it was out. But John Mayer came out of that strange cross section of time. Like 93. It's
Dave Matthews.
I'm sorry. I don't even know who I am. Dave Matthews. My
You
apologies.
did? Wow.
Jeez, John Mayer looks great. Even just this whole thing's made us drink too much.
Yeah.
Anyways, who are we talking about again? Dave
Matthews.
So Dave Matthews, 93. Ants Marching comes on the
Yes.
scene. Nobody had heard anything like this because this was back when radios played songs.
Right.
And MTV played songs and videos. Oh, that was a cool time. It was really neat.
It was.
Oh, back in my day when MTV. But no, they played these songs and we never heard like fiddle and horns and amazing drumming.
Oh,
and
right.
Cool. And there was black guys in a band with white guys, and it was like this weird. What kind of music is this?
Yes.
And Fish was really popular.
Right.
The Grateful Dead still had Jerry Garcia, and Widespread Panic was a thing. So jam music was getting to become a thing. And Dave Matthews straddled the pop world and the jam world, and he could play the hell out of a guitar.
He could.
I mean, so what did you learn when you were a young guy?
Like things like learning Crash and realizing, I could just like play the same chord and move the bass note, or that I didn't have to have open strings. I could play percussive things.
Yes.
That was really cool. That really, I won't say I've never thought about it, but haven't thought about it in a long time. That really influenced the way that I play acoustic guitar.
It does, because you do that lick that is very Dave Matthews.
It is.
I never thought about it until you
I
started.
haven't either, but it's just ingrained in me. That's what I play when I pick up an acoustic guitar.
And it's very cool. It's very Jonathan. It's very Dave. It's very because I grew up like cutting my teeth on like Eric Johnson and Stevie Ray Vaughan, and when Dave came out, it was sort of in the pop world for me, and I was like,
Right.
well, I can learn this easily. And I started learning. I was like, whoa.
Like, wait a minute.
I was really frustrated. I think he does some drop tunings and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes.
He does all kinds of weird stuff.
And we didn't have this thing called the internet.
No.
So I couldn't figure this out. I just had to like try to figure it out. And I was like, and I didn't have music stores around, so I didn't know what a capo was. And I'd seen them, but I didn't have one. It's like,
What's that thing?
I'm older than you. So
What's it do?
I was like, whoa, that's cool. That's what, Joni Mitchell uses.
Right.
Joan Baez and like those cool artists. I'll never use that because I play Eric Johnson and Stevie Ray Vaughan and Jimi Hendrix, which are also drop tuning, most of them. But I was just amazed at the fan base that he accumulated that actually ended up playing guitar too.
Oh yeah.
It's and the fact that one of our guys was also saying there were so many beautiful young women at his concerts.
Well, you think about, before the world went crazy and we were all locked in our houses and guitar shops, how many acoustic duos do you see out making music? and playing lead guitar and rhythm guitar and singing. I mean, and I listened to every one of the live albums where it's Dave Matthews and Tim Reynolds. Like I remember live at Luther College, 2 dudes, acoustic guitars. It sounded amazing. And up until that point, everything was a band. You know, you wanted a band. I think probably that really influenced a lot of the live music that we listen to today.
And the sort of like the bar culture we see too.
Well, because it was frat. You said earlier, it's like frat culture is how Dave Matthews sort of got where he was.
Which is so amazing. Like he got famous like super organically, like just by playing the heck out of fraternities and sororities across the country, getting paid well. And then when he came to the label, like it wasn't like begging for a deal. The label's like, we want you. You have a fan base that loves you, and you're attractive, and you have this cool looking band. And, but he's attractive in a weird sort of like, that guy probably is good at science.
Right.
You know, it's but then I look at him from like my side as an old man, and he's still really, he's relevant in the fact that he's so involved with like charities, like Farm Aid, and I saw him at Farm Aid with Willie Nelson and like Gary Clark Jr. and Jack White, and it was awesome. I mean, it was cool to see him.
Yeah, man.
Everybody's like smoking and drinking when he comes up on stage. It's Dave Matthews.
Of course.
But and he still holds the sway over these like 30 to 40-year-old men like us.
Well, his tours are still hugely successful.
And I remember seeing him live when he was in like at Ziggy's or something back in his club days when he was right before he was like right in that sort of that 93 range, and unbelievable shows. And his technical proficiency on the instrument was somewhat earth-shattering. The fact that he sang these great songs with this weird voice, and his band was amazing.
I think he taught a lot of guys that, you know, I mean, just the fact that he could play those complicated things and effortlessly sing over it. That's cool, you know what I mean? And
yeah, I can't do that.
Well,
and I can't sing like Dave Matthews either. He's and at least like, you know, influence, and I mean, don't get me wrong, we're not going to drop the T Swift bomb on you right now, but that's another whole thing. But
it's coming though.
It's coming. It's in the pipeline.
Get ready.
I mean, he's just one of those guys. Like, if you haven't listened to him, go back and listen to those early works. The later works and the Tim stuff is great too. But listen to those first 2 albums and they're great pop hooks, but great guitar playing. And he's singing while he plays these things.
Yes.
And he's doing this live and killing it.
Yes.
Dave Matthews.
It's pretty amazing.
I mean, that's all I got to say.
I think that about covers it.
I want to hear what you guys think.
Please tell us in the comments.
Please tell us. We love talking about this stuff. We like it's fun. We get to meet new friends that way. We don't have many friends. We've been locked in a guitar shop for a month.
That's all.
We smell terrible. That's it. Casino Guitars. Hit the bell. What does the bell do?
Tells them when new videos come out.
Signing out.